Straight ahead on 12 News, transforming a school.
Basically, send the message that something new and exciting is happening at Northport.
How new plants and bright colors will help launch a new chapter. Then, the latest trend in drug trafficking. A DEA heavyweight weighs in. But first, as police enforce an end of the summer crackdown on impaired drivers,
he just came flying through the stop sign, hit me, hit a parked car.
a local man tells how even a minor crash can take a toll. 12 News starts right now. A Golden Valley man says he's lucky to be alive after a drunk driver slammed into his vehicle.
That accident happened Sunday evening at the intersection of West 37th Street and Nicollet Avenue in Minneapolis. And as Sonia Goins reports, the victim is sharing his story to prevent this from happening to someone else.
Once the impact happened, I ended up in the middle of 37th over there.
Corey Ballinger says he's glad to be alive and able to share his story.
Could have been a real ugly scene. I'm happy to be standing here and not in a hospital bed.
He had just wrapped up dinner with his parents when the accident occurred.
So I was coming down Nicollet, where that gentleman's standing. I was about right there once I noticed the SUV coming through the intersection, and I knew he wasn't stopping.
Corey says the whole thing happened so fast.
He just came flying through the stop sign, hit me, hit a parked car. I just got hit by what I believe to be a drunk driver.
He took this video after calling for help.
It was scary. Your life flashes before your eyes.
You can see officers questioning the driver.
They talked to him and immediately gave him a field sobriety test, and he failed miserably.
Broken glass and car parts are still scattered in the street.
A lot of pieces from my car, some from his.
Corey's car is a total loss.
Passenger door won't open, rear passenger door is smashed in, the hood is completely crunched.
Corey was banged up too. He says he feels like a football player hit him.
Pretty sore, some bruising and scrapes.
Now, Corey really was lucky. Last year, more than 25,000 Minnesotans were arrested for DWI. That's about 70 arrests a day.
A drunk driver is like a ticking time bomb. They're impaired, oftentimes with total disregard for others, whether it's intentional or as a result of their impairment.
The State Patrol wants people to think before they drink alcohol.
Once your judgment's impaired, that's not the time to make a decision if you're okay to drive.
If you've had a couple drinks, make the better choice and get a ride, take a cab.
Meanwhile, Corey's hoping the driver who hit him makes better decisions in the future.
I just hope that it's a wake-up call to him.
Sonia Goins, 12 News.
And there is no word yet on whether the drunken driver has been charged. Meanwhile, law enforcement officials from across the state are stepping up DWI patrols. That enforcement runs now through Labor Day.
Prescription drug abuse is leading to an uptick in heroin use, and the problem is attracting younger users.
We're now seeing heroin overdoses in very affluent suburbs and communities, which we've never seen before. And people need to get their head out of the sand because they can play a role in really making a difference.
Special Agent Jack Riley out of the Chicago Drug Enforcement Agency spoke to Minnesota cops in Brooklyn Park about the growing problem of heroin abuse. Riley says drug cartels are trafficking higher grade, cheaper heroin that can be smoked or snorted, and it's already led to an increase in deaths among teenagers and other younger users. Riley says meeting with Minnesota law enforcement is a key step in shutting down the drug cartels.
I know the bad guys, organized crime, plan and hope that cops don't talk to cops, that we don't connect the dots. And one of the strongest allies we have are what we did today, where everybody sat down and recognized from a very, very small case to an international case, they're connected.
Sharing information among teachers, coaches, and other community leaders is also an important step in stopping the problem among youth.
Brooklyn Park Police are releasing information about two sex offenders that are moving into the city. Both have a history of sexual contact with adult females and both have served sentences. 44-year-old Joey Olson will be released next week. 39-year-old Austin Hardiman has been out of jail for 10 years. Brooklyn Park Police are holding a community meeting about their plans tonight. It'll be held at 6 p.m. at Brooklyn Park City Hall. There was a major traffic tie-up Monday evening along Interstate 694 in Brooklyn Center. Police shut down part of the interstate near Highway 252 as negotiators talked with a man threatening suicide on the bridge. Police say he did jump into the Mississippi but was rescued. Traffic in the area was blocked for nearly 4 hours. It was a busy day at one Brooklyn Center school.
Dozens of volunteers spent the day painting, gardening, and doing other projects to make Northport Elementary more artsy. As Cassie Bonstrom reports, it's all part of the school's new mission to integrate the arts into all aspects of a child's education.
While some might think paint simply brings color to the walls,
I've got an edge right here.
These volunteers hope it also brings enthusiasm and inspiration.
Tons of energy in here. So people are really optimistic about the school year.
Mike Smith is a Northport staff member, one of dozens of volunteers working to make the school more beautiful before classes begin. They spent Tuesday planting flowers, brightening otherwise drab-colored pots, and painting walls.
There's an element of energy to this. Not only are the arts good for kids, they're good for teachers.
The efforts kick off Northport's first year as a turnaround art school. One of only 4 in Minnesota, the designation means teachers and staff will use the arts to increase student engagement and close the achievement gap, something Northport has struggled with.
I'm hoping that it would empower them to want to know more and to go further. It's going to help them to motivate them, to want to say, hey, you know, I love my school, I believe in my school, I believe in my teachers, I believe I can achieve.
To set the stage for the upcoming year, volunteers organized Tuesday's Beautification Day and asked for manpower. 4th grader Hannah Labatt grabbed a paintbrush.
We've painted the walls, and we painted splatters here, and we painted blue sky and then grass there, and then we're gonna paint flowers there.
She and others are hoping some bright colors will bring with it a positive change.
Hopefully people will appreciate our hard work.
Well, the Turnaround Arts Initiative costs about $1 million. The district is paying for it using federal funds as well as money from the State Arts Board and the state legislature.
All right, thanks, Cassie. Hy-Vee has announced plans to bring yet another store to the Twin Cities, this one in Maple Grove. The company wants to build a grocery store near Hemlock Lane and Elm Creek Boulevard in what will be the Point at Arbor Lakes. The proposal will go before the City Planning Commission in September. If approved, this would be Hy-Vee's second store in the Northwest Metro. Hy-Vee plans to open a new store in New Hope in September of 2015.
The Osseo business community is looking ahead to an improved County Road 81. The project is still at least 5 years out, but when it gets underway, it will expand the capacity of County Road 81 to 6 lanes. That's 3 lanes in each direction through Osseo and Maple Grove to 93rd Avenue. Project managers from Hennepin County spoke to Osseo business leaders about the project, which also includes trails on both sides to increase pedestrian access.
For Three Rivers Park District, who maintains wanting to have a trail corridor along this entire length, essentially from Elm Creek Park down here through the corridor and into Minneapolis. So that's been a goal of ours throughout.
And the project also includes a new traffic signal at Central Avenue. Straight ahead on 12 News, how you can help make school lunches a bit healthier.
And then a little later in sports, a Park Center girls soccer team filled with seniors has high expectations this fall.
But first, it's your AccuWeather forecast. Some students going into the 7th grade this fall may need another round of vaccinations. A new Minnesota state rule requires those students to show they've received the vaccine for tetanus, diphtheria, and whooping cough, as well as meningitis vaccine. The new requirements were approved last year to bring the state into line with recommendations from the Centers for Disease Control. Well, as summer draws to a close, many families are planning what to do about school lunches for the next year.
In today's Health Check, Delane Cleveland has more on what parents can do to pack a healthier lunch.
With summer vacation almost over, dozens of kids packed the playground at French Regional Park.
We just switch park to park, lake to lake, every day, enjoying the summer.
Linda Nira is watching 2 small children, and she has an arsenal of snacks by her side.
Grapes, veggie pizza, noodles, carrots, cashews. They already ate avocado and boiled eggs.
It wasn't hard to find parents here who stressed the importance of healthy eating.
We actually just moved daycares 3 months ago because of the unhealthy food that they were providing, the packaged, processed.
And then for a snack for later.
It's why registered dietitians say it's important to teach kids about making healthy choices at a young age.
No artificial ingredients or highly processed food, because it just kind of sets up bad habits for later in life. So we want to make sure that we're setting really good habits starting at the beginning.
If parents find that school lunches are falling short,
Hummus to dip that in.
Laura Burbank of Lifetime Fitness laid out several examples of healthy lunches parents can prepare for their kids.
We want to have a protein, we want to have a whole grain, healthy fat, fruit, and then vegetables as well.
Her first example features a mini quiche, pita bread with hummus, and apple slices.
And then over here we've got a whole grain pasta, and this has got some chicken and some fresh vegetables, and then the pesto is going to have the healthy fats in it as well.
Her final example is a turkey sandwich using a whole grain pita with fresh vegetables and avocado, along with sliced strawberries and cucumbers on the side.
It's just something a little bit different instead of just the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich, so that they can switch it up.
It's advice that Sarah Temby applies with her 3-year-old daughter.
I mean, right now when she asks for a snack, she asks for string cheese or an apple, not Doritos and pizza. So I think it's really important to get her off to a good start.
In Plymouth, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Coming up, we will show you where teachers are already back in school.
And in sports, find out if Osseo has what it takes to be a contender this fall on the football field. Jay Wilcox has that and more when we come back.
I'm Jay Wilcox with sports. With the softball and basketball teams having won state titles in recent seasons, girls sports at Park Center have enjoyed a good run of late. The 2014 edition of Pirates Girls Soccer is looking to add to the fun. It's a group that's played a lot of soccer together, and the Park Center girls are excited about the possibilities for this season.
It's my favorite time of the year because our team is really close, which is what I think makes us so good, because not only do we have chemistry like on the field, but we also have it off.
We have a big senior class. I think we have 11 seniors on our roster, so that's going to be a great year for us.
The Pirates have a good mix of returners like goalkeeper Emily Nelson, forward Jill Rosby, the Du Bois sisters McKenna and Megan, plus newcomers like Molly Monson. It makes for a good blend of talents.
Yeah, we have a lot of talent returning, and we have a couple new players that are starting on our squad, and they should raise our skill level a lot. So.
The Pirates were just over the 500 mark overall last season and went 3-6-1 in the rugged Northwest Suburban Conference before losing a tough one to Totino Grace in the Section 5A title game. They want to become the first Pirates girls soccer team to reach the state tournament and also compete well against conference powers.
Our conference is definitely tough. We have teams like Centennial, Maple Grove, who are always really strong. But I think that we're going to come up and surprise people, and most people don't see Park Center as a threat, but we'll definitely shock some people out there this season.
I think they've put a lot of pressure on themselves with, trying to get that last win to get into the state tournament. We've lost in shootouts or we've lost in the finals.
It'll take hard work, but this could be a team that breaks new ground for Pirates girls soccer. The Pirates open the season with a road game Thursday afternoon, but they don't have to travel very far. They play Maranatha at Noble Sports Park. Osseo football teams are typically senior heavy, which means rebuilding is an annual rite of summer for the Orioles. Here's Jason Malillo with today's training camp report.
Bring it up right here, we go. The challenge every summer for Osseo is piecing together a new football team, but the Orioles are usually pretty good at it.
A lot of our kids haven't played football from they were 6 years old on like the rest of the teams that we play. So we get these kids when they're 15, 16, and it takes a lot of work in a quick amount of time. So it's some tough coaching over here sometimes, but it's really rewarding when we kind of figure it out and teach them what to do.
Osseo hopes to put another tough defense on the field this fall. Senior Kefa Anyangor is one of only 2 returning starters, and he'll lead the linebackers with help from Cameron Monson. On the defensive line, the Orioles will look to captain Jake Shopper.
We're never the biggest, but what we do have is we have the skill set, we have the footwork, we have the technique, we play low, and I'm probably like one of the bigger guys, but we don't have that. With all every year we have small D-line and offensive line, so It's definitely harder, but with our technique and with the coaching, we do just fine.
Junior Malik Gallard will run the offense. Behind him will be running backs Justin Ekiyor and Prince Krua. Krua rushed for nearly 700 yards and scored 10 touchdowns last year, and teaming with Ekiyor should give the Orioles a nice 1-2 punch.
Me and Prince, I don't know, we have some good chemistry. I like running with Prince, he likes running with me, and we work well together. So yeah, I think we're going to be good.
Osseo will certainly test its mettle by challenging some of the best teams around. The Orioles are at Minnetonka in Week 2, at Eden Prairie in Week 3, and end the regular season at Maple Grove and home against Totino Grace.
I'd way rather play Eden Prairie on a Friday night than some team that we've beat by 40 the last 3 years. So give us a chance. You know, that's going to be a battle. We will be the underdog, there's no doubt. But with Eden Prairie, Minnetonka early on in our schedule, and Maple Grove and Totino, we got our hands full. But come playoff time, we'll be ready.
Osceo's run to the state tournament last season was the first since 1993, but this group of Orioles wants to make sure 2014 isn't the start of another long drought. Jason Malillo, 12 Sports.
Osseo returns just 5 starters, 2 on defense, 3 on offense. The Orioles were 9-2 last year, advancing to the state quarterfinals in 6A. This is Coach Darren Lampker's 10th season. They open Thursday, August 28th against Northwest Suburban newcomer Irondale before those 2 tough road games at Minnetonka and at Eden Prairie. And even though a lot of new faces, they always seem to pull it together and be pretty good.
It'll be fun to watch. Thanks a lot, Jay. Coming up, it is all about getting moving.
We'll tell you what's behind this tacky dancing video. We'll be right back.
It may be a couple weeks before students return to area classrooms, but Osseo Area School Superintendent Kate McGuire and teachers are already in back-to-school mode. The Osseo School District welcomed 110 new teachers to the district today for orientation. The group includes some alumni of Osseo schools who have now decided to return to their district as teachers. All licensed staff officially reports back on Monday. If you are looking for motivation to begin working out, take a look at this video.
It was Tacky Dance and Dress Day at Brooklyn Park's Community Activity Center. People of any age are welcome, but some of these seniors are in their 90s. These are members of the Zumba and cardio circuit groups just having some fun. Last month, more than 1,100 people attended the city's fitness classes, and if you're interested, you should call the Community Activity Center and they will set you up. That looks like fun.
Finding the tacky outfit might be the most fun part, right?
That's it for now. Thanks so much for joining us, everyone.
We'll see you back here at 4 Community Corners coming up next.